praise, for indeed you are a faithful Father. We count it a privilege for us to be used of you, and we say, Be thou exalted in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for indeed you're faithful. One, thank you for everyone that will be saved at the cost of being a part of this course. For those going through one challenge or the other, we ask, Lord, that you make a way of escape in the name of Jesus. All right. Greetings to you, especially those of you that always will join us from whatever part of the world. I want to especially thank and appreciate those that usually view from the US. Um, I had to check my analysis today, and I discovered that I have more viewers from the US. And I want to say thank you to you for those from Jamaica. I want to say thank you to you for always coming on, and Nigerians, thank you, and those in other parts that are just few. But I want to say thank you for today. We are going to be looking at some reasons why you should not take the divorce lane. We have done videos in the time past on why people divorce, and they see it as good reasons, and we say no. We try to disabuse their mind, because the more we have it, from findings we discover that a larger percentage of our world are are usually faced with crisis of divorce, while some people celebrate it. And we are not looking at now. If you know me very well, I will always talk about mentoring the next generation. If we don't get it right, the next generation will definitely not get it right. So we'll always mentor them and say, no, this is should not be. When decades, when some things get bad, so much, you discover that um, the after effect will be so much on the country. So, and as much as possible, we want to fight whatever it is that will make the case of divorce to linger. Another, you come and help me out. Come on. I actually appreciate my husband, is my friend. I always say my best friend. And I told him, come help me do this. He said, baby, I'm tired right now. I just need some rest. And I'm like, oh, I need this. And and he said, try to understand. I am busy right now. All right. I just as an example, right? He just hearing me for the background. I just use for an example, because someone will say, because I asked my spouse for this and I've done it, he's done it occasionally, it gets me peace. And some little excuses now could just be something that one will not put at heart, because the other partner or the other spouse is not doing it. And because of that, you want to file in for I'm tired. You see some fake person out there telling you, no, it shouldn't be. It's your right. I mean, emphasizing strongly on it. This is just a simple reason, but there are various other very simpler reasons that will make people opt for divorce. And so this morning we are trying to, you know, fight anything that will make people want to take in the divorce lane. All right. He didn't eat the food. He has not been eating my food. Does not mean we should not draw into conclusion and say that he's seeking for separation, he's seeking for divorce. It might look simple to you what you're going to be penning down today. But I'm telling you, these are some of the reasons. When people now put it in their hearts strongly, it will not give them reasons. It will not bring, you know, reason for them to begin to listen to advices, listen to what the enemy will put in their mind. And before you know it, it now grows, because they've been ruminating over it. When it now grows, it now begins to be a problem. So we should be on the watch. Thank you for joining in. We should be on the watch for whatever it is that will bring about divorce, that will bring about divorce. He has not been greeting me. He has not been greeting you. She has not been greeting me. This attitude is what is noticed in where she's coming from. They don't take it as anything, but I think that's a big deal. Why would she greet me? It's an attitude. I want to say example for that. You should call in, you know, the person concerned, either the wife or the man. Call in your spouse, sit yourself down and say, I don't want this. I'm not, it might not be greeting. You're welcome back, please, thank you. It might not just be greeting, that it's not doing well. It might be anything, but we're just taking this as an example. It's not doing it well. Call yourself together. I had reason to cancel people, and when I do, I tell them, have you sat down to talk over this issue? Did you listen? And he says to me, she cannot sit down. She does not listen. No, we are human. There's always a particular place where you can get the heart of this person. There is always a particular place where you can get the heart of your spouse. All right. There's always that time, the time that is good for my spouse and I to sit. The environment, the condition might differ from what we watch in the movie. It might differ from what works for my parents. You just find out what that person, that individual wants. And honestly, it will definitely shock you that it's different from what you see out there. So in general, I want to say to us, always find time to meet and talk. It's not the amount of money that you make out there that matters. No. It's good to go out there and make the money. And that's why one of the reasons why we keep heralding health relationship building is that no matter the amount of money you make, I tell you the truth, I lie not, no matter what you bring in, when your spouse is not happy, it can frustrate your life. True. When the person you are living with in the house is not happy with you, it can frustrate your life. So you do everything you can just to make sure that your life does not get frustrated, your business, because you can be upset and then take it out. You've gone to work, you want to go and enjoy what you know to do, but your state of mind matters a lot. Your state of mind, yes, your state of mind matters a lot. If you're not happy, you cannot achieve as you should, and then it's contagious. You now pass it to someone out there, and before you know it, you end up destabilizing on that person's life. Why? Because you are not happy at home. Another reason why you should not file in for divorce, um is that example. That's me. I'm just saying my other opinions. We can also look at it as it comes in. It's wrong for this other spouse to be found sinning. All right, but every sin can be forgiven. If God can forgive us any sin, that is, if the person is willing to change. If God can forgive our sins, I tell us we should be able to forgive any sin committed against us by anyone. He lied. She lied. It can be forgiven. She cheated. He cheated. It can be forgiven. Because every human has that inbuilt capacity to be able to forgive every hurt. Simple, true. Anything against you can be forgiven. I'm telling us the truth. He didn't tell me their past stories. In some way, say, is it necessary? But if you feel you have a spouse that is very, very particular about your past history, please tell them. You're welcome. We appreciate your being there. Thank you. No matter what it is, feel free to discuss with your spouse. Anything it is, your past can be forgiven, it can be forgotten. So don't mind, your past is your past. Be open to each other. All right? Be open. Whatever it is, be open. Nobody kills. Someone said, I've lived this kind of life. I tell him he's going to leave me. But what if he discovered out there? That is if you feel it's a threat. But I feel it's not important. Your past is your past. At least you had your past. You were living your life before you met this person. All right. Another reason why you should not leave that person is because one reason I feel, because those are some of the things that we are allowed to bring about a lot of tension in the house. A woman should obviously follow the man. I will follow you wherever you go. Your God shall be my God. Whatever you believe, become my, yeah. The woman is supposed to be a helpmeet to the man. Yes, you're supposed to help the man meet what he's not on his own. Ordinarily, he cannot achieve. So definitely, if he says he's going here, you should prayerfully, you understand, ask for grace to be able to follow him. We are discussing something with my husband last night, and he said this man has left, but the place he is living to is going to bring down this woman. It's going to bring her down completely. It's going to bring her down, settle down, everything. Will she be able to cope? So we now began to say, well, analyzing the situation. Yes, she's supposed to follow the man. Yes. But if he's going to bring out a service with God, her work with God, that they should look at it and reason it out. Because the most important thing is our work here on earth with God. Everything marriage truly is carnal. It's going to end there. It's fleshy. It's in the realm of want to try to satisfy our own flesh. Yes. Everything here, but when your relationship is going to affect your relationship with God in the negative, if your relationship is not going to enhance your work with God, then there is no point if the person cannot understand. For example, I've always given an example. You ask me, I'm a pastor. I was already a pastor before I got married, and then you ask me to come and do some fetish things or follow my husband to native doctor or go and start doing ritual, money ritual. I won't be able to do that. So true. I will not be able to follow the man and do ritual because I believe in God. I can't follow him to native doctor. I can't do anything contrary to the God that I believe in. And then, but then should that be a raw reason to get a divorce? I wouldn't fight for any divorce. But if he insists on going a separate way, I can't force him. He has his life to live. I have my life to live. In that regard, we move on. But I was saying, I was looking at sin. Anything that you know is contrary to what God has called you to do and what humanity we frown at, you don't do it. Someone said battering, he has been beaten. Do you want, he told me, do you also you want my, I just thought divorce is not good. The first statement he makes is that, do you want my sister to die in that marriage? Well, I don't want your sister to die in that marriage. I don't want your brother to also die in that marriage. But one thing that we should know is that if we comport ourselves, it's difficult for a man to just start hitting you. If it's nobody, two people cannot be mad at the same time. If he comes in or goes out and he discovers that he's not in a good mood, now get yourself out where he is. Please do not do things that will grieve him more. Do not do things that will make him be in pains. No, use your senses. That's why the Bible even said deal with each other based on knowledge. And knowledge of who you know that the person is. He doesn't like this. I don't do it. When I discover he might beat me one day or he might slap me, I stop certain things. It's simple as that. And if the man is beating you or hitting you because of some reasons, because it's under pressure, which is not good enough, does not mean this person cannot even change. I'm not trying to make excuse for such. The persons can change tomorrow. The person might not change too, but let's believe for the positive. If you keep hitting you forever and you keep that somebody hit you today once, twice, or what, does not mean that the thing will continue. There's a time of challenge, that challenge that you sit back and say, what is the way out for here? Because I believe strongly that a lot of people marry out of love. Love brought you together. Suddenly, how will you now pack up because of some reasons that just started? Before you got married, you would have known at the course of courtship if this person is a human woman beater, if this person hits one, you would have known. All right. So I'm not saying go and die in my abusive marriage. Seek for help, seek for counsel, seek for help somewhat. Sit down and discuss. Call in for people. And then when you call in for good counsel and you discover that it's not just working, then you can walk away. Okay? All right? He does not, I married him. He was okay. Now He lost his job. He doesn't have money. I have someone better. It's not a good reasons to get married. Like I was saying yesterday, the marriage union is a blessing. Everything marriage brings honor. All right, it's honorable. Everything marriage is beautiful. Yes, that's the truth. And so someone might not have it today. That does not mean that tomorrow you will not have it. And so those of us that have been married for some time, those that have been married for over years ahead before us, we gladly tell you without missing words. Someone might get married today and not have it. Within a short time, this person will have it. That is the truth. Marriage bring blessing. But we have certain situations whereby suddenly the man or the woman lose their job and now begin to bring some tension in the house. Yeah, the person lost the job should not, because God, who is the creator of all mankind, our God, is able to restore that person back to who the person is, or even much, much better. Like we saw when the trials came upon Job, we saw it as they were discussing about Job 2 days ago. And Job lost everything. Then within some time after the trials, there was double restoration. He had much more than he had before. So the fact that she lost her job, thank you, welcome, she lost her job, does not also connote that he cannot get the job back again. Something can happen. You could just meet someone. Sometimes we watch these movies, online, and you discover that they are just acting what people have gone through. They will only add a little to make it beautiful. But most of the storylines are what people are going through or what people have gone through. You might lose your job somewhere. You just walk out. I don't want to go. I'm going out to buy sugar. And then suddenly you met someone that you have not met for some time, and then boom, your life changes. That person's life can change. You don't look down on anyone. You don't seek to divorce the man because it's only your brothers that we are not giving you money to eat. In every experience, there's something to learn. That time that that person lost that thing that was bringing so much, happiness at home, you understand, could be a time where you have to learn certain things and get to know yourself better. You're all welcome. Thank you for joining in. But if you don't allow for that situation, you know, to learn understand what God is trying to do by allowing you go through that process, you might have to go through that process again. Simple. I'm only talking, and I'm very passionate about doing health relationship building because I'm trying to see that our younger ones that pick something on pick something from us, that when we are out of this earth, they will live on what we have built. We can't begin selling them lies to them. So divorce can be curtailed, divorce can be reduced. He has not bought me clothes. Go and ask him. He has not bought me since we got married. He has not. No, that's not a good reason. Look at it. It's good if he has to buy you clothes, but if he insists that he didn't want to possibly stingy or whatever it is, you cannot force him to buy the clothes, and it is not a good reason to divorce. No, it's not a good reason. The fact that he has not bought you what you want today does not mean that he cannot change if you are perseverance. You understand? If you are patient, if you're prayerful, if you are hardworking. I met a woman recently who said to me, I'm doing well in my business. I'm doing well, so well that the man that left me now came back. He's come back again. He left her for some reasons because she wasn't doing as much. But when she picked up herself and started doing better, the man had to come back. So I want to say to us, we don't have to wait until he buys you all the perfume. Other men are buying cars for their wives. Other men are building houses. It's fantastic. Other men are buying lands for their own. It's excellent. A time is coming for yours to buy for you. So it's not a good reason that he has not bought me any clothes. If it's only 3 clothes that you have, just keep wearing those 3 clothes. It won't reduce your beauty. If you don't have car, be patient and just be moving. The car is coming someday. Be interested in doing what will strengthen the union, and stop looking for reasons why the union should pack up. No. If you want reasons why you should go on divorce lane, I tell you 101 reason why you will have divorce. It will keep popping up. It will keep popping up. I'm telling us the truth. So you don't reason, you don't divorce because the person you already knew that he was not learned. You already knew that he was not educated. You already knew that the standard is not yours. I mean, it's not as much as yours. And so you should understand and sit down together and think of a better way to make it. Think of something better to do so that the person will be enhanced, so you can be in the same level. We are human. People can change. I was watching seriously with someone yesterday, and they said, this person's dresses have improved. He has started improving better. I used to tell my husband, does when I met him, he didn't know to dress and miss his colors. That I helped, and it became better. So you should think about, look at that person's weakness, and then think about how you can help that person so that the person will now become a better version of the person. Everything can be managed. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. My in-laws want to kill me. My in-laws, your in-laws, I thought yesterday, your in-laws are blessings to you because you didn't choose who they were. Like, I mean, what I mean is that when you're younger, you didn't know who you're going to get married to. Then suddenly fate brought you together. God Himself brought you together to whoever you got married to. And these are the people in His life. They became your in-laws. So you didn't really choose whether the in-laws are dark or whether, you are not the one that made them. They were already who they were before you came in. They are not devils. If they're giving you trouble, they can be changed. They can change tomorrow. So you don't give up on that mind because there is one man or one woman in the life of that man that you're married to that has decided to frustrate you. I ask, what way are they frustrating you? Now there's always a way to counter, to raise a kind of block so that you don't hear or you don't give room. They say when you are in a midst of people or around people that do not celebrate, what do? You move away. Now this time I'm not saying running from them. There is a way you can put an edge so you don't hear what they say. Yes, you don't give attention to whatever they are saying or whatever they are going to do that will hurt you. This time I've grown to, by the grace of God, that I don't allow for hurt. It's just I don't allow for hurt. As they are coming like this, I'm ready. I'm ready with my hands open. I'm catching them, and as I'm taking it, I'm throwing it off, and that's just the truth. So you can safeguard certain things about your life so that you can safeguard your home. You can say no to anything that looks like nonsense so that you can safeguard your home. Please. All right. You don't divorce right now. I'm telling you because I've told him severally, I can't come here, and insist I should come here. No, no, no. You don't just keep enforcing. You don't just keep enforcing your desire. There's no one that's completely mad. All right. A lot of people that you're dealing with, your own but there's a time when they are correct in their minds, when their senses are correct. What we should do is leverage on when they are fine, and try to get, truly I tell you, try to get what you can get, in discussion. Whatever you discuss lingers in the heart of that person. And even though he has not given you a good answer, or she has not given you a good answer, with time, because one day they will make reference to what you talked about. There are no good reasons enough to get divorced. Remember, if we keep separating, one family separate, the divorce rate is alarming. The divorce rate is alarming. In advanced countries, even worse. I did a video on that. Say no to divorce. You can check on my topics and go look at it. But through research, we discovered that 50% of a lot of marriages in the advanced country is heading to pack it up in a short time. Someone says to me that, in the European country, they've even made the children, they put in the minds of the children, and they are like, we are on our third dad. We are on our fourth dad. We are on the second dad. That means when you divorce, you take your children venture, and then the children now says the next person that you're marrying to is not the second dad. Abba. So when we someday we grow up, that's the truth. I was very younger and finer all over the place. You see that I'm aging. By the time you keep aging, one day you just be like this, and it's only what this younger generation tells you that you do. What are we leaving for them? What legacy are we leaving for them? True. What legacy are we leaving? The mindset of you can opt out and get another, your children will have the first dad, and they will have the third dad, and they will have the fourth dad. I'm not sure it's healthy. It's not healthy. So we should fight everything that we can. The Bible never permitted divorce. And when Jesus Christ was asked, he said it's because of the hardness of your heart. Because people harden their hearts. It's because of the hardness of your heart that made Moses write that. But in the beginning, it was not so. God never intended for anything divorce. Please. I have a typical example of someone that have done everything for them to be out of the marriage. And she was going through a lot of bad situation. But I saw it that if the woman, if she had a very good handwork, that's why every woman should have a skill, pursue handwork, get something to do to help the man. The man, please get a job to do for them. Even the Bible says, if you cannot provide for your family, you are worse than infidel. That means any nonsense can come. Get ready to take it. So you sit down. Peradventure, he lost his job. Sit down together with your family, your spouse, your wife or husband, and think about how we can get something that is working for you, dear husband, how we can get something that will work for you, dear wife, and then we'll monitor it and see the proceeds come back to the family. All right? You cannot be idle. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. You have to be productive so that you can give back to your society, so you can give back to the children. The children are growing. My little daughter, the children will come and ask me, Mommy, I need this. For crying out, you can't deny them. Money is very important. Money is a defense. Finances is a defense. So there is no divorce is not an option. What if you even divorce someone today? There's every tendency that you will get someone else to get married to tomorrow. But I want to ask, how are you sure that this person that you're going to get married to tomorrow will be better off than this person that you are living? People change. Over time, I can tell you that people can change, either to the positive or to the negative. How are you sure that this person cannot change? Ask someone already to get married, and then she suddenly will get married and discover that this person, this is a Christian sister looking very honest. This person that she got married to was into drugs, cannot do without stuffing, taking, smoking. This a matured man. What do? You have all your life chicken like that, and then suddenly you have this person in your life has become a part of you. You cannot do it. Say, leave me alone. I mean, I said, leave me alone. This is me. Didn't you know? But she never knew. But the man was telling her, didn't you know that this is where I am? So whoever that you're trying to run away from and cleaving into the other person, how are you sure the person will not be a change, will not change to be worse than who you knew? How are you sure? All right. So you don't, there's no good enough reason. All I can tell anybody, please, the family who you are married to has become your own. Do everything you can. Safeguard that marriage. That marriage cannot spark up. You can't afford to give up on that marriage. Anything can happen. You can even marry someone tomorrow, God forbid it is not your portion, but we've seen it happening. And the person dies tomorrow. What do you do? What do you do? You start all over again looking for another man or another woman to get married to. What if anything can happen? We're in a world that is structured that anything can happen. So I want to encourage us. There is no good enough reason to marry. I said I saw her, I met her, I caught her, I heard, I was told was severally. I was told that I caught him committing fornication, sleep with other man. All right, she too knows that I have other ladies, other girls that I'm dating. Okay, all right. Who says that's a good reason? The Bible says, except in that reason you could divorce. But me, it's okay, but it's I don't even I will always say that don't look for reason to get divorced. If you look for reason, you will see it. It can be forgiven. And if you see that this one does not know how to control his sexual urge, or you call him bros, that's the husband now. Sweetheart, darling, Kola, whatever your name is, whatever, Friday, oh, please let's sit down. Oh yeah, Auntie Lucy, let us sit down. Let us begin to know what we can do to save this situation. Why is it that you cannot control your bumble? Why is it that you jump from, yeah, you are married? It's wrong, but I learned, I've not seen that people jump from bed to bed. So, and out there in the life, I'm trying to be open to the life, the real life itself. This person is used to sleeping around and it's like there's nothing anybody can do about it. Sit down, bros. Sit down. And what is it? Is it that I'm not doing it well? Is it that you are not? Oh yeah, teach me. Let us teach me how to do the thing well. Let us have the sex good. There are people that really understand what it means to have good sex. Another day we'll talk about it. There are people that understand how to what it means to have good sex. They will tell you this one is not giving me good. Oga, please be patient enough, sit back and teach madam. Yeah, teach him. Madam, if you knew it better than Oga, sit down. I'm not saying they should go and watch pornography. No. You have the wisdom given to you. You can learn all things and you can do all things. I don't have the strength. You ask for strength, ask God for strength, eat well. That's why you have to work to get money. Eat well, have good realization. When it comes to satisfying your partner in marriage, no, I don't want like using the word your spouse, you have to do it very well. There's no two alternative. If you don't give some people that have high sexual urge or says you want to fulfill it, want to satisfy it, you might end up losing them. Some don't have control. Some men have learned control over time. So don't go and separate because you are looking for more satisfying sexual whatever. When you can teach yourself how to do it, be patient. Be patient. Be patient to do that. So you don't have good reasons. Teach yourself how to have good sex. Yes. Teach. If he's going out, why is he going out? Why is he on? Is that in an Oga Biko? Please come and teach me. Pardon me. Oga, please come and teach me. And then we go on from there. All right. So there are no good enough reasons. The thing is very hard. I've had a situation whereby a man will just pack his load overnight and goes and leaves. They said he disappears. I'm not saying he was kidnapped. He disappears. Then I ask myself, why? Something with the man would have accumulated over years, would have accumulated over time for the man to just get up and leave. Why would the man just get up and pack his load and leave now? Why? Ask yourself. That is possibly there are some people that are introverts. So one of those days, this discussion will be talking about those. Therefore, believers in Christ just always tell them that you have the Spirit of God, we have the self-control Spirit of God that gives you control over and makes you do the right thing. Some are introverts, they cannot talk, they will keep quiet and be looking at you. Why you disturb? One day you just carry the man will just carry his load on his head and just run away from you. So please, our comportment matters. If you must keep your home, you have to go read. I tell people, you go to learn businesses, you do everything just to make sure it works. You go to school these days because I decided to be online most of the time. I had to learn so many other things. I've not gotten it. I'm still learning every day. But because I want to make it better, so I'm trying to learn. So you too go learn and find out how to make that how to be a good wife and how to be a good husband. Everything is learned. That's the truth about life. That's the truth. People don't want to learn, but you want to go to school and spend all the years learning your what you end up doing in life or trying to choose a career or profession. But when it comes to marriages, I have my book. I always talk about it, boosting romance in marriage. If you read that book, there is no how, and you are ready. Most people tell me, Madam, I don't read. Pastor, I'm sorry, I don't read. I don't have the time. I look at them and laugh because their mindset is already that they can't read. So whatever you are trying to say at that moment, they will not even listen to what you're saying. They'll pray for them. I tell them, okay. Some will say to me, it's only the madam that they'll buy it for. And they'll buy the book and they will take. Sometimes I insist, okay, just take the book. So someday I say put it by the bedside or wherever that you can easily sit. One day just decide to open a particular chapter and read. Just decide to pick a particular aspect and read. In so doing it, you pick. And I'm saying it's not just reading, but it is that you are reading and then you are doing. Another problem we have, even the Bible emphasizes, don't just be hearer alone or reader alone, but do what it says you should do. Learn to do. Learn to do, and God will bless you as you want to build on. There's no reason. I'm trying to look for every other reason. There's no reason that is good enough for separation. There's no reason that is good enough. There's nothing that God cannot handle. He's beating me, he's hitting me. Why is he beating you? Why is he hitting you? They are frustrating him. Try to understand when the man is under pressure. Try to understand when the woman is under pressure. Very soon we'll be dealing also in the area of menopause when it comes to the woman, so that the man will understand how to deal with the woman when it comes to age menopause or at that stage. And then she begins to act as though something has gone, and you begin, is this still my wife? Is this still my wife? No, there are some things that are going on within her. There are some hormones. Everything is jumping up and down, and it's making her act contrary. And I want to say, please, to this effect, I beg you, whoever that is concerned, try to understand the stage in life of the persons in your life. Try to understand it. If you do understand it, it makes life more easier. Yeah, try to understand what's going on in the mind of your spouse. In one of the videos I did some days ago, I said, try to skill in what is interesting your spouse. When you sit down, hi boy, hi bobo, hi guy, hi baby, what is going on in your office? Can you gist me? How do I come in? The contribution you give will make the man excited, will make the woman excited, and they want to run back to you wherever they go. Okay? Somebody comes to tell you a story of how they saw her somewhere, and you confirm it's true. Yes. And you confronted her, she said it's true. One thing you should ask yourself, she's even saying it's true, she's owning up to that. Why is the person acting like that? Why? Why? Can we change? You want someone to be changed to save the soul. Our world don't like sacrificing for a soul to be saved for the kingdom. Our world don't like to be saved. Can I sacrifice? Oh, this woman that I married has gone off. He has missed it. But what is the sacrifice I can make? Can I keep myself? Can I sacrifice to make sure that that life does not go missing? People don't think sacrificing for a life not to go missing. Can I sacrifice? It's possible for you to sacrifice. Someone said, Madam, I can't do this one you're saying. I heard of a great man of God who said, but this one is of the child. The child will be doing something that is very, very contrary. And because the man does not want to lose the child, to the extent he himself will take this child and drive the child to the nightclub. Well, who is it club now, which she normally would like to go to. And we drive her. This one is a pastor. And we bring her back. It was a difficult and a trying moment for this man, but he kept doing it until one day this girl was won back to God, and it has become a voice to God. She was hysterical. She was wayward. She is always sleeping around with the man. You don't like it, and there's no good reason. Can you just sit down a little bit? Someone is just saying to me, Madam, this is difficult to do. Be patient until that time that person can change. And when that person change, that testimony alone can change a lot of people. Because if you are patient, seeing her in her error, you didn't give up. I asked someone someday, we don't advise it, but we are in a world, so we should cut across whatever we are preaching on or talking. We should cut across the world. You go around and discover your wife is a smoker. He goes and smoke everything. What do you now do? Divorce, hey, divorce. Everybody just want to leverage on that word divorce. I don't know whether it's leverage or what word to use again. Hey, did you know I saw her smoking? She goes to party. What if you decide to make a sacrifice and said, I won't give up on her. I married this girl. I want to see her change. I might not do certain things with her, but I'm going to be on the watch and make sure that she changes. She quits smoking. I'm going to be on the watch. I don't know what drove her. It could be a spirit that she might not have control over. I don't know what drove her into entering into sexual immorality. That she's my wife. I can't give up on her. I believe there will be a change. And I want to tell us, please, that change could come. That change, we get it. God be God. And I'm telling us the truth, whatever we do in regards to this, we will get that desired result. Don't give up on that person. I don't care the reason that everybody is giving. I don't care. Sometimes the reasons we give to go on the divorce line is self-centered. It's self-centered. Please, please. It's self-centered. Do not take on that. Do not give up on that person because God is able to change that person. All right, please, we are onto something that is very serious now, and I'm taking I'm taking their questions. Madam, what did you say? I caught him, I caught her having sexual intercourse. You caught her having sexual intercourse, and I want to say it might not be very good enough reason for you to file in for divorce. What if the one you're going to marry later on becomes worse? He doesn't have time for me. That's another question I battle with. He's always in church. Me, I'm tired. As you seen, I've been long in ministry. I started very early. I think I started pastoral service. I started working as a pastor from year 2001. All right. And this is 2001. Yeah, 2001. This is 2024 that we are in. And I have saw situation whereby the man will not have time for the wife will not, the wife, it's a wife will go on meeting with a younger person, male, you know what you call these women that can get any male for themselves to satisfy them sexually. The man is there on the other lane, and then suddenly they said, this is what this person is doing, we're going to divorce. What led to that? See, what led to that? I'm asking. Why should you? Someone has said to me, my husband is used to everybody, anything he sleeps with, anything. Why is your husband always sleeping with anything? That's why. If it's a spiritual problem, it can be handled. Me, I don't think even it's a spiritual problem. But even if it's a spiritual problem, there can be solution. And even if it's not agreeing now, there is a time that that person will change. Remember what you're talking about. There is no reason that it's good enough for separation. There's no reason that it's good enough. Even the court are even tired of, annulling marriages. That's the reason why they will tell you, oh yeah, go and take some months. They will tell you, go and come back. They will keep pushing you just to see if you can mend. And then they'll put plenty money on top so that you come and pay. So that they want to just see if this marriage can be saved again. And they have had situation whereby at the end of the day, the couple came back and the marriage was saved. They said they were no longer divorcing again. In fact, I always give an example of the one that when they gave them time, when they came back, the woman was already pregnant. And the divorce, I said, look at you, you're even pregnant. Oh yeah, you're going to pay fine for giving us so much trouble. All right, so there's no good enough reason. You are in the advanced country and everybody is saying this is it. That's not the culture of God. That's not in the mind of God. That's not the culture for the kingdom. That everybody is doing it does not mean you should do it. What other reason? I'm just trying to. You can think about so many reasons why people what that people give. Man, you see, we don't have a house. You see, we don't. It's not. It's, you see me like this. My name is Pastor Tina Okonji, Pastor Mrs. Tina Okonji. My story. Some of these days I'll be taking my story. You could learn from it. I've gone through everything. Yeah, I've gone through everything, and yet I opted out to stay. Never inviting a third party. It's not a toxic marriage per se. There are things that we could handle ourselves. You want to tell me? I don't have house. Oh. He has not paid rent. Oh. Yes. Why is he not paying rent? Why is it that there is no house? Are you sleeping in the corridor? It's not going to last long. It's not going to last forever. Are you not eating food? Why? Is the business not working? Two brains are better than one. Put your brain together. Do something. The finances are no longer coming as it should. Who are your friends? Who are your family? At least there's someone among the 50 people that you know that will give you listening here on how you can start all over again. So you can people are beautiful. God creates people beautiful. There's someone that is able, willing to listen to you and help you out of the 50 people you have. And I want to say this, it's not part of it. You have in your phone up to 1,000 people, 1,000 contacts, 500 contacts, and there is none among them that you can say, help put me through, let me cross this river. And those people are not worth having in your contact. You should be able to know who you can relate with. And based on the impression you have created, if you're good or bad, some people will not know how to relate with anyone. They can't even say good morning. When you call them, they will not even pick. They don't relate. Then one day you have a problem, then you are running to find out who you will call. No. People are only there for you based on if you are there for them. When you relate well, when you call on people, they will answer. Tidi just was one that was saying those times someone will always come for you. You just met this person only 3 weeks, only 1 month, and the person begin to tell you, you are just my savior without you. And he will pause and ask the person, where are the people that you have known all your life? How are you relating? If I give you a space in my life, I tell you the truth, the way you treated me, the way you are treating me, and the way you treated them, pardon me, excuse me, the way you treated the people is the same way you treat me. Where are the people that you grew with? Where are the people? And at each time, God has given us that leverage, that ability to change our friends. If you have people that are not too useful in your life, you can change them. You can change your friends. Yes, you can. You are not tied in a rope. You're not bound to somebody forever. You can change your environment. You can change your mindset on what you think. You can change your friends. You can carry your phone and look at the phone right now. I begin to delete people that are not very, very useful. Life is a reality. If you have people in your life that are not useful, please, there's no need. And you've seen that these ones cannot take you up there, or you cannot even impact in their life. It's not compulsory that you die with them. Please, I beg us. Let's change what we add to us. Okay, this other one. He has this number of friends. She has this number of friends, and she's insisting I can't change my friends for him. I can't change my friends for him. We dealt on it last Sunday. You can't change your friends for the person. Okay, that's fine and good, no problem. You can keep your friends. But is that good enough reason to divorce? No. I know that someone is saying right now, but if I leave them, these acts can just continue. So many reasons. So I don't want to take the risk. We have to change. See, I tell you, whatever it is, you understand. Don't give in to the fear that this art or having this person in the life of your spouse don't give in to you. The thing that bring about fear might not kill you, but when fear lingers for long, that thing that you are afraid of will soon befall you, and before you know it, you begin to lose grip on what is originally yours. So I say to you, thank you. Please go and fetch in more reasons. I try to be live every day. More good reasons why you think that divorce should be, and we try to disabuse based on the grace that God will give to us why abuse, should not be, and why divorce should not be. All right. I beg to stop here, and I want to say thank you so very much. Please go visit the comment section, like, all right. Drop your comments on what you feel we have talked about. Good, there are no good reasons to fight for separation in marriage. Drop your comments. You understand on what you feel. We'll be talking about it next time when we come on live. And I want to say to you, please safeguard your home, safeguard the marriage, safeguard. There is a scene that happened around me, and I want to round up with this. They had a child that had a neurological problem, and it was so bad. And the woman felt she's done so much for this child to come to be okay, and she sacrificed so much, and they allow it to begin to bring so much bitterness in their home, so much bitterness, and it caused fight. So the man now withdrew and started having feelings, started treating the wife. The feeling which we always tell the people around is that it's because we have a child that is not well and is grown. That's why my wife is neglecting me. She does not respect me because she feels I'm not bringing enough. In fact, there's everything around the child that now caused a kind of bitterness in the marriage. They were no longer happy. They became sad couple. It was a bad situation. And then suddenly, oh my God, one of those days it became a bad situation. She will always the man will always send her away, then she will come back. But it now became a very bad case. I'm telling you a bad case that when she now left this time around, she never came back. Up to now, but she will come sometime to visit. But the marriage broke up because of that sin that was not managed. You have a child that is disabled. You have a child that is is it autistic? You know, there are children that cannot help themselves. They are what people can term as they become vegetable, and we know the pains when the couple put all energy. We've had God wouldn't pray to see that where you keep spending all your life savings trying to, you know, get the child back to life, and yet it's like, wow, it's not happening. Someone says, what do we do? It's not turn on the woman. She's like, for how long will I take this? The man is bitter. It has allowed for so much fights in the home, and then bam, what do we see? A separation. Please, the condition that you find yourself that just come in the marriage should not permit for any separation. Please, what you never foresaw, before the love, let the love that brought people together in the time past, let it still bind you together. Do not allow for anything. Peradventure, something which you never foresaw or imagined now happen, it should still not be good enough reason to pack up the marriage. I tell you the truth. Nothing should be good enough to pack up the marriage. In those days when we were coming up, we say, toothbrush, every time, let me use my life as an example. I'm the one that like, this cup should be here, this pot should be here, this spoon should be here, my bed should be made, everything. Oh, I'm that perfect woman. I want everything just sweet. If I call it Oyibo kind of lifestyle, I just want everything sweet. What is this? Why is the broom here? Why is this one here? And then I will yell. And I remember those days when we got my mother would just look at me like this. Oh no. I was also tense. And you said to me, you just work yourself all up. Why do you, and then you get me angry. Why is he saying I'm working myself all up? Can't you just understand? Can't it just be in order? Ah, why will you turn the brush upside down? Why will I that? Oh my God. Honestly, but with time I've realized that those things, those things are not really too important, good enough to bring about separation. It's not good enough to bring about a fight. Now, I could just see this pillow. Yes, share this is where they want their pillow to be. Let it just be there for them. It doesn't reduce me. In fact, I can cross over it. Yeah, because I have to safeguard my joy. So in it all, you have to do everything that you should do to be able to safeguard your joy. All right? Do not allow for anything. In those days, I'll be like, I'm so crazy. Not everybody have to just eat. I just have to go to market. I just have to make sure everything is in order. And but this time around, in case in case you don't have it like that, you understand? You can just relax your mind. How do I mean? I mean, if it's there and everything is perfect and you have the energy to go on, fine. Then if you don't have the energy to actually get it the way you want it, Please, it's not too important to work yourself up on. All right. Thank you so very much, and see you soon in the next by 4 in the next 3 hours. In the next 3 hours, I'll be live again on some of the things that you have been doing that made your marriage work to this end. I mean, so far since you've been married, some of the things that have keeping your marriage going. Welcome, thank you. We are about rounding up, but we'll be live again in the next 3 hours. Thank you very much and see you. This is Heart Talk Zone with Tina Okonji. We love you and we want your relationship to work. Thank you. Bye. See you.